Any partners I talked to told me one of the baddest guys in the whole city was a guy like me. He had huge amounts of drugs. He was not a person to do nothing. Yeah, taking care of business. I never got to know Mr. Neal. He didn't know I was a policeman. I knew my drugs for him. I think I read my arrested him. Why? I think he went to jail. Went to jail for 6 years. Gave a seat. So, let him tell the story. Neal, it's all yours.
Hello, y'all. Yeah, I started off young. I started about 14 years old. Smoked pot was my first thing I ever did. Then it progressed to others. And it wasn't a fun life. I came from a good home. My father was military. My mother was a home person, took very good care, never had any problems. It was my choice. I got a look at the outside. And I decided to do things my way. And when I got in trouble, it wasn't just one time, it was 3 times in a row. Jim was one of them. I got busted in Chicago. I got busted in northern Indiana, southern Indiana. I was dealing drugs in Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, and Michigan. And it finally caught up with me. I went to prison. They asked me as soon as I got in there, what did I want to do with my life? I told them I'd like to take the carpentry apprenticeship. So I took that, got my GED. And when I got out, I moved back to Gary, Indiana, and it was the same thing. My friends were doing the same thing they were doing when I went to jail. So I had to get out of there. My biological father lived in Florida. He was a 26-year Marine, did not play games. When I moved down here, he put me to work for him, and that lasted for a while. And then I went out and found my own job. It's not easy to stay away from things. You've got to want to do it yourself. Life is what you make it. I don't care what people say, well, they come from this kind of lifestyle, they come from that lifestyle. You've got to want to do it yourself. Life is what you make it, like I said. You stay away from the people that are going to get you in trouble. Because dealing drugs is only going to get you 1 of 2 places. It's either going to get you in prison or it's going to get you dead. 1 of the 2. I've done a lot in my life down here. I enjoy my life now. I have 2 children that I went through the same thing with that I went through. They didn't want to listen. So they have to take the consequences, like my son. My son ended up going to prison 3 times. And he finally has learned. The drugs gave him a brain aneurysm. He had a stroke. He lost the use of his left arm. And all because of drugs. It rotted all his teeth out of his mouth. And my daughter the same way. You need to just stay away from them. Everybody's going to try to, all your friends are going to try to tell you, oh, just try it. Just try it. Well, that's up to you. But you got to remember, it's going to lead to something else. Misery loves company. If one of your friends wants you to do it, they're probably miserable. So they want you to be miserable along with them. And it's not going to get you anywhere. I started young, 14, smoking pot. I was in a band. I played drums. We played at all the schools, all those kind of places. And back then I thought it was cool. We got banned. We weren't allowed to play at the schools, the churches, or anything like that because of the drugs. So, does anybody have a question that they'd like to ask? Yes, ma'am. What's pot? Oh, yeah. See, I ended up getting into crystal meth. It's a speed. It's like speed. It makes you go crazy. You run around, you do stupid things, you stay up for 3-4 days. It's not good. I did it for many years and it really messed me up. I had to get almost all new teeth because of it. No, they're partial. It rots your teeth. The drugs rot your teeth. And it's nothing to get involved in. Mine, I did crazy things. I think about some of the things that I did when I was on that meth that I can't even believe that I did them. Walking around 3 o'clock in the morning. See, I was a lot skinnier back then. I could stand behind a telephone pole and you couldn't see me, but I had an afro out about like this, and you could see me behind the afro. The drugs are no good. That's what I'm trying to get across to you. I did a lot of them. I've hitchhiked across the country 3-4 times back when I was young. Did a bunch of acid. Did a bunch of Caneminol, which is a horse tranquilizer, and stuff like that. That you don't know. You don't know what you're taking. Your friend could say, take this, and they don't even know what they're taking. It's not good. I learned the hard way.
You tell them about it.
See, I was introduced to Jim by my sister. Thank you, sister. When I got out of prison, I went and saw Jim. I went to the police station where I knew he worked, and I went and talked to him. He had come to my apartment a couple times. I just wanted to see him and tell him that I had straightened out and I was trying to get my life together. But I was wild. I was wild. Like I said, 3-4 o'clock in the morning, you could find me running around the town. Just what I'm trying to get across to y'all is just stay away from it because you're going to get in nothing but trouble with it. Some will listen, some won't. Yes, sweetie. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yeah. I've had cancer. I beat it. I've had Hep C. I've had Hep B. It's hepatitis that will kill you if you don't have it taken care of. Yes. Pardon me? Oh, any drug will kill you. My son has overdosed over 7 times and brought back. Who, your dad? Yeah. See, that can happen to anybody. You never know. I lost my stepdaughter a year ago because she overdosed. Yes, on that stuff they call Molly. Yeah, that's mainly was me getting busted. And in prison, that just wasn't for me. 2 weeks after I was in there, I said, Lord, you can let me out of here. I've learned my lesson. I haven't had another. I've been in, I went to jail one time since I got out in 1974. And that was my ex-wife put me in there for 2 weeks back child support. But that's the only trouble that I've been in.
So when did you stop having the urge?
I think I'm kind of lucky in that sense because I don't have an addictive system. When they locked me up after coming out of that courtroom and I heard that door slam, it was like, that was it. That was no bond. No attorney was going to do anything for you. And I learned real quick. A lot of people don't. Like I said, my son's been there 3 times. It's not going to do anybody any good. It can mess your body up, it can mess your mind up. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth the drugs are just not good. And I know a lot of people, a lot of the kids are just going to say, yeah, 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 yeah. But believe me, there's only 2 ways you get out of it: in a pine box or in prison. Now, do I have any questions from anybody? Yes, ma'am.
How did you get introduced to, you said you were 14 and you were drug, right?
Pardon me now?
You said you were 14.
Yeah, I was working. 14 when I smoked pot for the first time. Like I said, I was in a band, and our organ player's brother had come back from Berkeley, California, University, and out there it was going crazy. And he gave us some pot, and we tried, and that was the first time I ever tried it.
Okay, so
Yes, ma'am. Oh, I tried other things. Like I made a homemade bomb. I blew the tips of my 2 fingers off. Now, when I was in the hospital, they gave me something to go to sleep at night. And I got like real dozy on it, and I liked it. So I started looking for that, people that had that, and started doing that. I worked at the steel mill, and when I worked at the steel mill, someone had turned me on to pill speed. There were diet pills back then. And then I went on to that. And then I just went from here to there and just trying everything. It's like I said, it's all in you. Do you want to stop? Do you want to continue that life? But I didn't. I learned. I'm not thick-headed. I learn it. I only get one mistake and I learn. Yes, ma'am. Oh, oh yeah, I think about that all the time. I think about that all the time. Pardon me? Uh, I made some money, but I don't have anything now. I'm retired now. I worked the last 50 years as a carpenter. That was a lot of it, yeah. A lot of it was the money because I had stopped working at the steel mill, and that's where I got turned on to the pill speed. And then I started buying it on the street, and then someone came to me one night and said, have you ever tried crystal meth? And I said, no. He says, well, let me give you some and see how you like it. And that was it. I went right to that. No, it's a powder form. It's some dangerous stuff. It can really mess you up. I got so high one night, I called my parents to come pick me up. I was so scared. Yeah, they did. My mom and dad were very, what? Oh, no, my mom. Now, my mom was the disciplinarian. She was Italian, and she always kept that wooden spoon, and she did not play with that thing. I went to school many a morning with a welt on the side of my face. Now, my stepdad, he was kind of easy going. It was my real dad that was the tough one. He was the Marine. I was scared to death of him. Yes, ma'am. No, I have never, ever gotten high with my children. Never. And I would never. You see, a lot of it's parents' fault too, because the children see them doing it, so they think everything's fine to do it. No, but I've never. Oh, yeah. Yep. My daughter did a lot of drugs too. My son. She passed away, and I got custody of him.
So, then when she passed away, Mr. Neal had to take on.
And it was, I had a hard time at first with my two children, but I was running crazy on the wild when I got custody of them. I sat them down one night and I asked them, did you want me to rent an apartment or did you want me to buy a house? They said a house. So I went and bought a house. I still have that house to this day, but my son and daughter are both married, doing good. Oh, I still live in the house, yeah. Sure, sure. Yeah.
Grateful. Should I be more in my heart? Well, I have. I was aware to kill. This thing, why I did I had my refrigerator, one of the heroes, crystal and can kill me. Very good. One move. He said, just one.
That was a strange part of my life. I was I knew then that I had to do something. And I wasn't raised that way. I was raised in a great house. Never any arguing in the house. My mom and dad, I don't think I've ever seen my mom and dad when they were alive ever have an argument. And if it was done behind closed doors or when the kids weren't there. But like Jim met my mom and dad. And he'll tell you my mom was nothing to play with. Yes. I just turned 20. Yes, ma'am. 25. Pardon me? Oh, yeah. Now, my stepfather, no, I didn't. He was so easygoing. Now, my real dad, yeah, he didn't play. Yes. I made a homemade bomb and it went off on me. I was making it and my cousin was outside the garage and threw a football in the garage. It hit the workbench and a hammer fell off and hit it and it exploded. I've been shot. I've been stabbed, been run over. I got a bullet that went through here, come out my back. Have one stuck in my arm still here. Yes, I did. What? Oh, yeah, you feel it. You know what it feels like? Somebody sticking a hot poker in you. You know, you see those steel rods that are red hot on the end? It's like somebody sticking that in you. Pardon me? Right there. Took off the tips of 2 of them. Yes, ma'am. Pardon me? Because the cigarette companies have put a chemical in there that is just like it. It's like a drug. I smoke. That's one thing I've been able to stop everything else but the smoking. I just lost one of my best friends 3 weeks ago. One of the guys that I hitchhiked across country 3 times with, went to Woodstock, the rock festivals, went to all the rock festivals. Clifford. Yes, ma'am.
The people of your age, like apply for jobs, like wanting to, live in a normal way, went to school because follow the law. What is the difference? How can you explain to us the difference between your life dealing with drugs and the life of somebody who was living an honest life?
Well, most of the people that were buying from the drugs were from a peaceful life.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I wasn't a street dealer. I didn't sell little packages or that. I sold to attorneys. Club owners and stuff like that bought big amounts at one time. And they did. Back then, yes. Yes. I watched every corner I went around. I always watched if somebody pulled up next to me and I was walking, I was always nervous. I didn't know who was going to come up. And that now I don't live like that. I live like, I'm just a regular person now. And because people down here didn't know my background. And it was like I got a fresh start. And in the trade I was in, they don't care if you have a felony. I worked the high rises. I did from Fort Pierce all the way up into Stewart. I did almost every one of those high rises on the beach. I did that for almost 40 years. And it's made me a good living. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I want to get y'all. People out in the street, and what's the difference between being that and a big dog? Like, what's the difference between being a little man and the big man?
Being a big man is a lot of trouble. It's a lot of hassle because you got to look over your back every 5 minutes. You got to worry about somebody coming into your apartment. Are they going to stick you up? Are they going to take your drugs and your money? Pardon me? No, it means rob you. I worried about that a lot, being robbed. Yes. Pardon me? No, no. Have I what? Nope. Never robbed anybody. Pardon me? Oh, I've run from the police. Yeah, many times. I'm too old to run now. All I do is just go like this. I'm 75.
He was a big time dealer, which means he wasn't dealing in the street. He was selling to people, cutting the brush, and they would go on the street. So he was selling large quantity.
You can do like wholesale, like he was a wholesale.
He's a wholesaler.
Now, the people in the streets are like Walmart, Walgreens. That's the different levels of selling drugs.
I've never admitted, Jim has asked me where I got it from. And that's one thing I would never say because still to this day, they're doing it. Pardon me? I sold it to people, guys that own strip clubs, that own gambling joints, girls. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So you give other people the job?
He would have somebody that works for him make the delivery, cut the cash, so that he avoided guys like me that were working undercover. Fortunately, Neal had a sister who I knew of working the street. She trusted me. She thought I was a real bad dude. So she introduced me to her brother, who gave her the drugs to give to me. I gave her the money to give to him. But that didn't keep him out of jail.
After that, you arrested him? Did you take his sister?
I can't hear that.
I can't hear. All right.
I'm sorry.
Wait, can I see your fingers in your piano? Are your fingers not going to that?
No. What? Through here. Come out my back. Here. No, she talks to him all the time.
She talks all
She's a,
she's a nice person.
My finger?
I'm going to say one thing.
No.
You guys really, one thing that my grandpa told me when I was young, everybody here is going to be asked at some time in your life, when you walk out of here or whatever, you're going to be asked and offered drugs. I guarantee it. Every one of them is going to have an opportunity. Somebody's going to hand you something. Or they're going to tempt you, or they're going to say, you got to try this. What I want you to do today is make your answer in your mind right now, what your answer is going to be. Okay? That's right. That's because it's hard to say no when you don't know what to say. Okay?
it's just you've got to watch the crowds you hang with. you've got to watch the people that you hang around with. Because like I mentioned before, misery loves company. If they're not happy with their life, they're going to try to make someone else feel the same way.
You don't have to, you don't have to raise your hand if you don't want to. How many here have been offered drugs?
How many people here have been offered drugs before? Somebody trying to give it to you. Has anybody ever done that? What? Vaping's just, it's worse than cigarettes because it's got all the chemicals in it.
Yeah, vaping's like,
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. What do you ask?
vaping.
Yeah.
Question.
Have I what?
He's not going to answer that. I've been asking him that over and over again for the last 25 years. And he says, Jim, it's just some things we don't talk about. Okay?
Do I still have my what? I have many guns. But they're all in a safe. All my rights were returned to me. I waited 50 years. What? See, that's what's going to get you in trouble. You're too excited. Yeah.
Have you ever seen drugs? So it's out there. About fentanyl.
Yeah, see, when I was doing drugs back in the 60s and 70s, they didn't have stuff like fentanyl. It was all from the pharmaceutical companies, so it wasn't as bad. Now you don't know what you're getting. Just like I saw the other night on Discovery. In Texas, they got a shipment of Xanax. Well, they tested it, and it was fentanyl. They have the pill presses that make it look exactly to like our pills, and it's fentanyl. And one pill can kill you. Oh, even touching it, yeah.
Fentanyl kills about 100,000 people. Well, it kills people, not young people. They take it because they think that it's some other kind of drug, like a prescription drug or base with marijuana or cocaine or heroin.
You look like Kiefer stuff. If you were tired, I would believe you still. Jesus said,
So fentanyl is a killer.
even if you're tired, you still arrest people. So she not that.
Yes, I arrest people. I'm tired. Write books. He's in one of my books. From
What being and not holding for it?
Mainly, it was he did me a favor by getting me busted. Because right now, if I'd have still been out there and not gone to prison, I'd have been dead by now. Because there was no way I was going to stop doing what I was doing. I liked it. And like I said before, you've got to want to stop yourself before anything. They can give you all the help. My son has been in, I guarantee you, almost every rehab center in the state of Florida. And it still didn't do any good because he doesn't want to stop.
Did somebody teach you to learn how to forgive? Or was it just some learned behavior?
I've never been one to really hold a grudge. And he had contacted me first many years ago, and just I'd never heard from him again. He said he was going on a vacation or something. He'd contact me when he got back. Didn't hear nothing. I thought maybe he had talked to his wife, and his wife said, I don't want no criminal at my house. But then finally I did a podcast with him, and I met Mary, and we talk more on the phone than we do him.
Still a very good friend. He's a very respected person. There's a lot about people around.
I care about the kids coming up now. I think about what I did back then and the lives that I hurt. And it bothers me a lot. So if I could do something, just like in my neighborhood, all the kids come to me. I'll be standing out in the street. Neal, what are you doing? They'll come over. I play with the little girls that live next door to me. Their father's a police. In fact, I have a police officer that lives on one side of me, two of them across the street from me, and a couple down the street.
Still got him surrounded.
Yeah. No, but it's strange now. I have a lot of police officers that are friends of mine, and it's just the way, because I don't do I don't do drugs anymore. Now I do what is prescribed to me. I mean, I'm 75. No, I don't have that card. No. I'm really tired of that. Oh, you can put me in a room full of people, and I can pick out the ones that what? I can pick out somebody. Pardon me? Who gave me the what? Oh, see, the reason I took the carpentry apprenticeship is because in construction, everybody, a lot of guys do drugs in that. And if they did drug testing on everybody on construction sites, there'd be nobody on the job. But now they changed it. If you get hurt on the job, you go to the hospital, they take blood work, and if there's drugs in your system, the workman's comp will not pay you. Insurance will not pay. So it's not good. But I worked, who, me? No. Just what I take that is prescribed to me. I have high blood pressure. I take blood thinners. I just had surgery on my right leg. Clogged arteries. Blood wasn't flowing right. I had cancer. I beat that.
All of Neal's friends that I knew, that he hung out with, dead. They
Yeah.
either been murdered or they overdosed. One of them.
Have I ever killed anyone? No.
Almost.
Pardon me? Did it mess up what? Oh, yes. Once it gets a hold of you, it's hard to get away from it unless you yourself want to stop. Oh, yeah. I had a heroin addiction too for a while. A friend of mine was in Vietnam and came back and had smuggled about 6 ounces of what they called China White, was the best heroin around. I got on that for a while, and I wanted to get off of it, and it's hard. I mean, that's a hard drug to get off of. And I did a podcast with Jim not too long. It was in October. Yes. And it's still getting them. I know 15 the other day. What's it called? Is that what you asked? A reunion between a cop and a drug dealer. I feel like I'm very lucky. But see, a lot of them didn't want to stop. That's why I moved from Gary, Indiana down to Florida, because like I said, I come home and, you get out of prison, you want to see your old friends. I went there and it was like deja vu. They were sitting at that table doing the same thing they were doing 5 years prior. Pardon me?
They say something to you.
Oh, yeah, they said something to me. You want to get high? I said, nope. Pardon me? Oh, yeah. Like I said, you could have 10, 15 minutes after I was in there. I said, Lord, you can let me out. I'm learned.
Bill?
Oh, yeah, you don't want to go to prison. I'm going to tell you that right now. Pardon me? I tell you, I'd rather be in prison than the county jail. Because in prison, at least you get to come out on the grounds and walk around and stuff like that. In county jail, you're in that cell, and that's all you're going to see. What? Oh, yeah. They only usually let you out for an hour to take a shower and something like that, and then you're back in that cell. Yes. What was that? What, from a vape? Oh, yeah. People are getting sick all the time. And the young children, like you guys' age, vaping and stuff like that, it's not good. You don't smoke? Then don't ever. Yes. Well, like I said, I've quit everything else but the cigarettes. I still smoke. Like I said, when the judge told me, he says, I'm putting you into custody of the Attorney General for no less than 6 years. And they shut that door. I knew then there was no bond. I was just gone. I was in a cell with somebody, yeah. No, it was so long ago. The worst jail I've ever been in was in Chicago, Cook County Jail. Pardon me? Yeah, there was a lot of people in there. Well, I worked in the carpenter shop. In Cook County, there was, I think there was 12 of us in one cell. And no one fun. No.
I want to thank you for your attention. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for your attention and respect for my friend Neal. And Make her